Welcome to the Texas Go Radio Show. I am your host, Notorious. This is part one of the 1901, I think, live stream of Owen Benjamin.
We'll go the next one. So, hi, everybody. I got a great one for you today and a hard out, which is a tough spot to be in.
That reminds me of the 1666 live stream. Hey, everybody! And a hard out, that's kind of a good excuse if you ask me a little bit. Because it's just open-ended. Whenever I show up to get-togethers, I'll leave that as a excuse. Hey, there's a possibility I might have to just dip off.
Because I could literally do a 4-hour stream today. I have so much material. But
I probably wouldn't add that. I could stay and we could just have a good time. No, you didn't have to say that.
I can't. So that's why I started a little early. Because I also have a lot of fantastic looking letters. You guys have been really coming through on our month of being off unauthorized.
Okay, so that means that there's been multiple people that have given multiple dollars to Owen, while the storm of accountability has been setting in on him, which has been setting in for a very long time before I showed up, and it'll be there long after I'm gone.
Our payment processor, and things are looking good, but still no word yet. And thanks for everybody who has recommended alternative payment processors, but we have to go one at a time to, I have a list. So if the one,
Okay, that was a glitch.
Looking good, but still no word yet. And thanks for everybody who has recommended alternative payment processors, but we have to go one at a time to, I have a list. So if the one we're using right now or we're attempting to use doesn't work, we'll go the next one. So,
okay, so I know that he was talking about Andrew Tate, and I'm sorry for all the noises. This is one thing that I do want to address. Oh my. I was called out on that first video, and I'll probably be called out on this one as well, and I appreciate it because I'm learning how to do this, and I'm sitting in a squeaky chair. Anyways, I normally do these videos on the go, however I do them, not the way that I'm doing this one and the ones that are to come, because I'm actually sitting at a desk and whatnot. But on that first video, I was told somebody new. There's so many names. I wish that I could address you for who you are, whatever name you go by. Said, I don't think, and I've heard some of this audio, and I think whenever I breathe in through my nose, there's a loud squeaky noise. But somebody said, hey, well, the first person said that it was loud and obnoxious. Who came up with this atrocity or whatever? And then somebody else came in and said, hey, Notorious or Mo or TGR, you don't use headphones. I think you might. Should. And whoever that was 100%. They were 100% correct. I had not used headphones. And now I'm using, actually, what am I using? I'm using, where's it at? Bose? The wireless ones. Kind of by necessity. Because I wear hats a lot. And I don't know. I'll probably end up getting other ones that are actually over the years. Maybe. I don't know. These are doing really well. The thing that I noticed, though, since I started using these, is that I'm hearing so many more noises from Owen. His mouth movements and whatnot. And so I am so self-conscious of... The first video that I watched was insanely. I was very surprised with how uncomfortable I was listening to this guy speak. And so I'm sitting here with this microphone right in front of my face, thinking the same thing.
Don't think I'm ignoring any of you, and I deeply appreciate it. But we have the team has a plan, and we're cleaning everything up, and it's looking really good. Let me check let me see if we're live here. Check. Ops of March. Am I live? Yeah, March Gladness / Lent / Ramadan is going quite well. I have not eaten yet today. I haven't gone full no water.
I'm actually really happy that he is doing a March. I'm trying to be a decent person to people. This is my birthday month. I'm not one of those people that like to celebrate their birthday. Won't tell you the birth date. I do have a twin brother, and I much prefer to see him celebrate him than any attention on me. And I actually had one of the best days of my life the other day. Like I said, it wasn't celebrated on my birthday, but you got to do what you got to do with the people that you appreciate. And all things considered, see, I just swallowed, and I'm so self-conscious after listening to him, listening on my phone and going through what I was going through with my hearing and whatnot, actually having decent headphones. I can just imagine. Anyways, yeah, it was a great day. There were people that weren't there that I wish would have been able to be there, but it was a glorious day. We went golfing and ate some really good food afterwards. It was just, it was just a really good day.
Yet, as you can see, I just worked out and had some water, which you're not supposed to do. But apparently, because apparently dry fasting is actually really good for you. But it's a fun challenge. And
I've actually done that. I don't do that anymore. I attempt to, but I'm so all over the place right now that it's just hard to get anything set in stone. That sounds kind of weak and pathetic once I think about it. But in my early 20s, I was doing construction, and I was also fasting. It was whenever I was heavily into church. And late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, and then a few years later, being in a church heavily. But in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, I was doing construction, and I was also fasting a lot, water and food. And it's strange looking back because as I've gotten older, there's things that I do that would not have hurt me before. And I'm like, wow. You sneeze in the shower. It almost wants to take you out. Or I don't know. There's just so many things. You slept wrong. You laid wrong. Took a nap wrong. Didn't drink enough water. And back then, quite literally, I was doing what he was talking about doing. What he's talking about doing. I don't know if he's actually doing it. But fasting from water and food, yeah. Working out in the sun, that was the only time that I ever actually got a tan because I'm so fair complected. If that's the term for it. Kind of a ginger. My twin brother is more ginger than I am, but we would always just sunburn. And I actually had a tan back then.
I challenge anyone to do it. Just to take a month.
And the way that he said that, I challenge anybody else to do it. Which I understand. That's the way that dudes talk. That's the way that people talk sometimes. But I've gotten multiple problems with Owen, and that's one of them. Are you a comedian? Are you a life coach? What are you? He doesn't know what he is because he's not good at anything. He has to cover all the bases. And whenever he's called out on his horse hockey, he falls back to, I'm just a comedian, guys. I don't know why y'all are so mad at me.
To not talk trash about people, be charitable. And while the sun is up,
be charitable. Quite literally, and I say quite literally, he was on Chrissy Mayer's podcast, and somebody asked if he would be willing to participate in a charity event, and he said, I don't do charity. I just don't do charity. That's not one thing that I do, or however he said it. He said he doesn't do charity. Now he does do charity. There's no truth to him whatsoever. He does pick and choose truth, but look at somebody like him as a well. Is it polluted or is it decent? It's not decent.
Don't eat anything and pray. And it's very Christian.
And pray.
Too. It's like, I saw a lot of pushback on my Twitter when I was like, Jesus did Ramadan. Wasn't called Ramadan, but he fasted for 40 days and did the whole thing. So give it a shot, you know? And people are like, the pedophile Muhammad, fucking. I think they just want a snack. Honest to God, I think most theology is based on people justifying snacks.
He was about to say I'm not joking, but that is a actual joke that I've heard for years. For years. I don't know who created the joke, who first wrote the joke. I would assume God, because it did happen. As far as what I consider to be truth. But the joke premise is, hey, I think it was Job. I'm not too sure. It could have been one of the other prophets. But he was having a really, really bad day. Like, bad day. And God said, hey, why don't you eat this and go to sleep for a little bit? Have a snack, take a nap.
I mean, honestly, I think so. Because it's like, it just doesn't sound like it's theology people are talking about. It sounds like it's snacking. Because snacking is hard, but when you don't snack or don't eat, you feel what it's like to need something.
I've gotten weak in my older age. I say older. I'm not going to specify how old I am. I might have before, but it's one of those things. It's humbling to get older. It's a good thing to get older. I've had multiple customer service jobs, and one of the things that I've noticed in no matter what field that I'm in with customer service is that talking to old people, they tend to complain a little bit. I'm not saying like all of them do, but one of the things that I learned while talking to them, just one statement makes them smile. Means you made it, man. Means you made it. And almost all of them get it. This is the Texas Go Radio Show, and I'm your host, Beartaria. As always, till next time.